Welcome back, guys. We are continuing on with these Mechabellum 1v1 replays, and next up, not sure if I've shown this strategy before, but it's one of my favourites. It's not perfect, but it's very challenging to deal with. So we start off with Fang, Phoenix, and Supply Specialist. So this isn't the strategy that we're going to be going for, but this is what we start off with. I'm basically going to switch strategies based on the abilities, or whatever they're called, that you get at the end of each round. So I'm not quite sure what I had in mind with the Fangs. I don't usually use Fangs, but they are pretty decent at just absorbing a little bit of damage. Problem with them is they're not very good without upgrades, and the upgrades can get quite costly, and because they're so slow, they don't really support other units very well, unless you are going for a sit-back build with, say, snipers and stormcallers. But nevertheless, we are starting off with Fangs. The enemy has got sledges, Fangs, and snipers. So I decided to put the Phoenixes right at the back because I was worried about them overtaking the Fangs. And obviously if they've got snipers, then that's pretty bad for the Phoenixes to overtake the Fangs. So it's a lot easier with crawlers to put them behind the crawlers to judge the distance, because they go the same speed, which is why I don't really like using Fangs if you're not going for an all slow build. But I've added in a sniper of my own, just because he goes the same speed as the Fangs, or at least a very similar speed. But this first round is not looking too good for us. Got well and truly steamrolled. And Intelligent Arclight. So this is the build, basically, that I'm going to be switching to. Intelligent Arclight is fantastic at getting your Arclights leveled up. Arclights already level up pretty fast because of the splash damage, but with Intelligent Arclight they level up ridiculously fast. The other one that's good with them is Extended Range Arclight. I'm not a massive fan of the heavy Arclight with the reduced range and increased HP. So this is the strategy that we're going to be switching to now. Obviously I had terrible success with the Fang strategy, but I don't believe that I'm going to sell them. I think I'm just going to leave them there to protect the Arclights. So the opponent did not take Intelligent Arclights. They've not taken anything, I don't think. They've got Aerial Specialist, so they might be switching to air at some point, but Arclights can target air with their ability. So it's looking like we're going to lose this round, but the Arclights are going to start leveling up very quickly. So hopefully we will catch up before we lose too much HP. So Wasp Swarm and Underground Threat are both really good at harassing the back line. think it just depends on what the enemy's got. But because they cost the same amount, Wasp Swarm is usually better because obviously they need anti-air to be able to deal with them. But Underground Threat is better because they come out slower. It's better against enemy rockets because the rocket doesn't wipe them all out immediately because they come out in drips and drabs. But we're going to carry on with our Arclight build. They are harassing the back line with Wasp Swarm, which is what I expected. So if you expect a Wasp Swarm in the back, then shielding up the towers is advisable, which is what I do here. Put 2 shields over the towers. We've put our Wasp Swarm in the corner. It just means that I can focus one tower down and distract this sniper here. So their Wasp Swarm will kill my sniper, but the sniper isn't really important. And as you can see, he can't shoot the towers, so we can pick them off with the Phoenixes. Now, he didn't put his shield in the right place, he didn't protect his tower, so my Wasps actually managed to kill the tower, which has let me snowball and win the round, or at least potentially win the round. This shield over here is proving rather challenging for my Arclights to deal with. So although I've got a load of units still left, this one shield might win him the round. So taking out the tower isn't much use to us because it won't prevent the sniper from being able to one-shot the Wasps. And this one sniper is taking on an entire army. So yeah, shields are really good at the beginning of a battle. Or a match, whatever you want to call it. But we are leveling up our Arclights, so things are going to start getting a lot better for us. Nothing on there looks very appetizing for my build, so I decide to skip. And we are upgrading our Arclights. All of them gained a level. Now I've used the emergency supply because I hadn't fielded any units. So although I lose 100 from taking this, it means that I am actually able to field some units, which if you think that it costs 50 to field a unit if you use mass recruitment, kind of works out the same. So yeah, it's a good time to take rapid resupply if you've got recruitment slots that you haven't actually spent. And I've gone for charged shot on the Arclights to deal with the shields. Charged shot is a fantastic upgrade for the Arclights. It will also help deal with these heavier targets like the sledges. So it dealt with the shields a lot easier now. Managed to take out that pesky sniper. And we're surviving and winning the round, it appears. So it looks like the opponent's gone for heavy Mustangs. Not really sure if that's a very good thing to take. But we've gone for Rhino Assault, and I believe the opponent goes for Rhino Assault as well. So all it really does is just distract them a little bit. It's not really going to have much of an impact. But you will see here how good this charge shot is. So I've put my Rhino Assault at the back here, just to delay these Mustangs. They've put theirs over here, and this is where you'll see how good the charge shot is. As you can see, couldn't have put that any closer to my arc light, so you would assume that the Rhino will kill at least one arc light, possibly two. But with charge shot, your arc lights do a ridiculous amount of damage. So I'm bringing in some crawlers just to distract these storm callers so they don't take the shields out quite as quickly. And we're bringing in another arc light. And check this out with this Rhino here. He didn't even take out a single arc light. So these arc lights are really getting leveled up and are proving to be a serious challenge for the opponent to deal with. The only thing that can really beat leveled up arc lights is leveled up snipers, really. And possibly stormcallers. But you need a lot of them, and obviously they need to not be shooting at other things like crawlers. So we've gone for tech specialist, and we've got the elite marksman, so these arc lights are going to be even more deadly. So elite marksman with leveled up arc lights gives them ridiculous range. So I make a mistake here. I decide to go for a flank with the arc lights, but they don't really live long enough to actually be successful. And so I basically bail on this flank attack. But it does draw the attention away for a moment. So it will bring this sniper and these Mustangs out of position momentarily, but it's definitely not worth putting the flank here. Really, if you're going to go for a flank, they need a crawler support. Well, the Fangs are doing a pretty decent job at distracting the Stormcallers from targeting the arc lights, and the arc lights have now got really long range because of the elite marksman, so we're able to combat the enemy snipers. And another one of my favourite skills, deployment specialist, lets you add another unit on the field. And this is going to be where we enter the second phase of this strategy. Now, I don't know why I didn't upgrade this one. I think I just didn't see the flashing symbol. But I upgraded all of them apart from this one. So I think that was just an oversight. But you'll see that I just bail on these arc-light flanks. I don't sell them. I probably should have done. But it does distract them momentarily. But they've put a sniper here now, so this arc-light's going to die almost immediately. I should have sold them. Or give them some crawler support. But I was too busy focusing on our main strategy that I just left these high and dry. And this is the second phase of the strategy, which is a wasp swarm. So basically, the one thing that is going to be a struggle for my arc-lights is the enemy snipers. And wasps are fantastic at distracting the snipers. So I put them at the back so they don't die at the beginning of the battle, because we need them alive at the end of the battle. And they've brought in a wasp swarm here. I brought mine in defensively. So I got pretty good value out of them shields. Unfortunately, this one did go down. But we've taken out the high vetted sniper, which is good. Taking out the tower. And the wasps are doing a good job at distracting these snipers. So the strategy is now well underway. All of the arc lights have leveled up again, it seems. Which is why intelligent arc light is so goddamn amazing. I don't believe you can have 2 arc light upgrades. I think they're mutually exclusive. So if you take one, you don't get the extended range. So extended range along with intelligent arc lights would have been amazing. But yeah, like I say, I think they're mutually exclusive. But we're leveling up, and this one's up to level 6 now. It's got a range of 178. I have managed to get one up to 270 before. 270. It needed laser sights and level 9, but yeah, 270 is possible. And we are continuing on with our wasp swarm. So they've gone for shields all across, but our charge shot arc lights will make short work of them. So I've gone for rapid resupply again, just so I can get a shield down here. This one was probably not necessary, but this one's quite important. So yeah, their shields are just evaporating under the charge shots. These wasps doing a really good job at distracting the snipers. Arc lights doing all the damage. It's a really challenging strategy to deal with. I have lost using this strategy before, but it's possible that it was because I was a bit too one-sided I didn't change the strategy according to what the enemy was doing. So I've gone for orbital bombardment rather than ion blast, just because it's a lot easier to just place an orbital bombardment and just trust to luck. Ion blast, you need to remember where the units stand still, which is quite difficult. This would be a devastating ion blast if they took it, but they did not take it. They could have wiped out all of these arc lights, if it was well placed, that is. That's the problem, is you really have to be precision with the ion blast. Where with this orbital bombardment, you just slap it down. So we're just continuing on. Same strategy. I think at this moment I was trying to decide what to do with these. And I think I was trying to decide whether it was worth putting the wasps over it here to try and keep them alive a little bit longer. But because they've got mustangs all across, I just decided it wasn't worth it. So I've just kept the wasp swarm at the back. So he's decided to go for the fortress with the anti-air barrage to try and deal with this wasp swarm. Now, the anti-air barrage is good at dealing with wasps, but I've just got far too many for them to deal with. Which is why this strategy is so damn difficult to deal with. Because you've got arc lights that can shoot half the distance of the battlefield with charge shot, and if you need it, you can go for anti-aircraft ammunition. And then you've got these wasps coming in, so it's incredibly tough to deal with this strategy. I'm not really sure. Like I say, I have been beaten using this strategy before, but I'm not really sure what you need to do. Can't remember the reason that I got beat. Because you would think that they've got a pretty decent comp going. The arc lights, the Stormcallers are obviously decent against the arc lights, but the wasps would overwhelm them. The snipers are good against the arc lights, but bad against wasps. So the things that are good against arc lights, the Stormcallers and snipers, are bad against wasps. So arc light wasp combo is incredibly difficult to deal with. I really don't know. I really don't know what would be the counter to this. Massed mustangs would be good against the wasps, but would get slaughtered by the arc lights. Massed Stormcaller would be good against the arc lights, but can be easily distracted with crawlers and rhinos if you need them. So they wouldn't have time to deal with the arc lights before the wasps turn up. So the wasps would come and kill the Stormcallers, the mustangs would kill the wasps, and then the arc lights would kill the mustangs. So yeah, I really don't know what the best strategy would be to counter this strategy of mine. Not quite sure. Obviously, this is a good strategy to counter a nuke because it's spread out across the battlefield. A nuke would only, let's say if they placed it here, it would only deal with a portion. You'd still have all the rest still alive, and it'd cost 500 to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you have any ideas on what weaknesses there are to this strategy. Let me know. I'm curious to know your thoughts. But anyway, that was my favourite strategy, Arclight Wasp combo. So join me in the next one, and we'll see what strategy we go for there. So cheers for watching, take care, and I shall see you soon.